Good morning, everyone. I haven't counted it up. I don't know how many classes we've actually done in this room since March 16th, but it's a lot. It's well over, I think we're probably approaching 140-ish probably classes now, maybe 150 next week. I'm not sure exactly, but that's it's unbelievable. So to think that the vast majority of you, I think as I look quickly across the screen, everybody that is in class right now has been doing yoga with the Hive, right along. And so what an incredible thing that that's so sweet that you've all chosen this way to practice yoga. Of course, we haven't had any real other choice, but nonetheless, it's when you look back over 3 months and 150 classes. By the time we get to June 16th, certainly it'll be 150 classes, and it's amazing, really amazing and we thank you so much for supporting the studio. So your participation in the Hive has helped to defray the operating expenses of the yoga studio, not all of them, but helped to defray the operating expenses of the yoga, Roots to Wings, to keep the building here and up and running. And hopefully as we move more towards getting closer to live in-person yoga, we'll be able to add classes to the schedule and get teachers regular spots on the schedule that you love and pay them, and that'll be a good thing. So I trust that that'll happen in due time, and hopefully it'll be soon. All right. So find a comfortable seat, place to start. Close your eyes. Tune in as you take a sense of your breath. What vibration are you putting out right now in this moment? And how do you know? Can you feel, can you sense the vibration that you're putting out? Is it a tangible, tactile sense that you have of your vibration? Is it an inner knowing, intuitive feeling? Or is somebody telling you, man, your vibration is a mess right now, you're being an ass? Or, I love you. And because you all practice yoga so much, we're tuned in a little more sensitive, so we feel more. So the heaviness that's happening all around us right now, we can feel it, and so it's really important to work with that. Open your eyes. We're going to start this morning with a little tap. Just tap on the left side of your chest. Gently, with a gentle fist. So you don't have to tense up any other part of your body. This is some of what we do on Thursday nights, if you're ever interested. Some of what Arlene does on Tuesday and Thursday mornings, if you're ever interested. Some of you may already see some faces. Some of you have been to Arlene's class, I know. Switch sides. It's a really good way to connect in through the heaviness. So as I was getting ready to come over here and walking out to the car this morning, late as usual. But switch sides again. I felt a little heaviness in my body, a little heaviness in my chest. I had a good night's sleep. Went to bed pretty early. So all around your chest. And then bring your left arm out to the side and slowly tap from the inside of your shoulder on the underside of your arm. Make your way down to the underside of your wrists and clap your hands. Turn your hand over and work your way up the other side of your arm, up to your shoulder. Notice if there's any tiredness or fatigue in your shoulders. That's also a message from the heaviness. Good. Come across your chest. Lift your left arm up. Your right arm up and tap down the underside of your right arm. Turn your hand over so the palm faces the floor and come back up the other side. In the Korean Sundo tradition that I learned this in, tap the center of your chest. You can use your fingertips, knuckles, or flat hands. Drop your elbows. Let your elbows get nice and heavy, like you got a weight on your elbows. In the Korean Sundo tradition that I learned this from, this is called Hwalgong, which means giving love. So we're giving ourselves love by increasing our vibration. Creating a stimulus for the prana, for the chi to move in the body. Good, work your way down. Stomach's on the left, liver's on the right. Just underneath your ribs. Lift your ribs up, sit up a little taller. My oatmeal's asking questions right now, like what's happening? Why am I moving still? And then come down below your navel, 2 inches below your belly button. And be precise, hit that spot each time with each hand. This is the second chakra, the Danjan, Dantian, Hara, Swadhisthana. All the wisdom traditions have a name for these energy centers. This is really interesting. So we can drop in this way also by tapping. We can drop in just like we can tap in through doing pranayama, or tap in through yoga, or tap in through meditation. I've always seemed to gravitate towards the physical practices that release the heaviness that I feel regularly in my body. So the heaviness never really, there's always heaviness to deal with. There's always emotion to deal with, but having tools, at least I can move when I remember, and when I choose to, I can move. So just by tapping for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes changes my relationship to whatever I'm experiencing in the moment, because it's a different moment. Close your eyes. Sit up even taller, but in a relaxed way. So if you're sitting on a cushion or a blanket or a block or a bolster or whatever you're sitting on, tilt your pelvis a little bit forward towards the floor and make it easier to sit up with a straight back. So your knees are below your hips. Good, and rub your belly. And then bring your hands to the inside of your knees or your lap, wherever they're comfortable for you. And just sit quietly for a moment and tune in now. Is there any sense of vibration now? Any resonance from what we just did? And allow yourself to drift off into the resonance for a few moments. And reconnect to a relaxed breath with a particular focus on your exhalation. Feel your way into a few ocean-sounding belly breaths. Expand the belly, constrict the back of your throat. Bring your palms together in front of your chest. We're going to make 3 sounds. You know them: Om, Ah, A-H, and Hum, H-U-M, and we'll do them one right after the other. Breathe out fully. Take a full breath in. Breathe in again for Ah. And when you do Hum, feel it in your second chakra. Hands back to your knees. Connect to your feeling. Whatever it is, just connect to the feeling before the label. Connect to the feeling before the label of what the feeling is and how good or bad it feels. To feel is enough. Good. Forward into table. Start from a neutral spine. Cat and cow. With your breath.
After your next cat stretch, drop into child's pose. Long arms, elbows and wrists off the floor. Breathe into it. Inhale back up to table. Keep your hips over your knees. Anahadasana. Walk your hands to the top of your mat. Take a breath in. Exhale. Lower your forehead and chest towards the floor. Hips stay in the same relationship to your knees. Lengthen your arms. Draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Press up, walk back to table. Widen your knees out. Slide your right arm underneath your armpit. Come down onto the outside of your right shoulder. And then slide your hips back towards your heels. Walk the left arm towards the top right of your mat. Big breaths, big movement in your ribs and belly. Good. Inhale back to table. Exhale, release to the other side. Let go. Inhale your way back to table. Straighten your left leg behind you, curl your toes under. Press the heel away from your body. Lift your left leg up off the floor. Reach the right hand and find length. Ocean breath. Back to table. Straighten your right leg out behind you, curl the toes, push the heel away, stretch the calf. Make sure you breathe, ocean breath. Remind yourself over and over, connect to the vibration of the breath. Breathe like Darth Vader the whole time. Extend the right leg up. Toes point towards the floor, or not. Reach the left arm forward. Lift the right heel a little. Lengthen. Fan the sole of your foot out. Extend the fingertips in front of you. Good. And release release to wide knees, big toes touch. Child's pose. Rest. You can bend your elbows. Good. Back to table. And make a little circulation with your hips. Just a small one. Doesn't have to be big yet. We'll get there. Circle the other way. And circle the other way again. Now you can widen and make it bigger. Come forward, placing weight on your hands. Go slow. And reverse the direction. Good. Come back to table. Lift your left knee up out to the side. Bring your left knee towards your left elbow and hold it there. Hold. Hold, hold. Oh, come on, Mike. Come on. Why are you doing it? And make a big rotation with your left circle. With your left hip, rather. Left knee. Go both ways. And straighten your left leg behind you. Sweep your left leg all the way over to the outside of the right side of your mat and come down onto the ball of your foot. Turn and look back at your left foot. Drop your left knee down to the floor so it's next to your right and walk your knees, wiggle your knees into the middle of your mat. Fan your feet out so they overhang the edges of your mat. Take a breath in, leave your hands where they are in table, don't move the hands, and slide the hips back. Your arms will reach, your chest will lower towards the inside of your right knee. You can drop your chin or nose towards your right knee. Good. Inhale forward, come back to table. Sit back on your heels. Good. Release back to table. Straighten your right leg up behind you. Bend your right knee towards your right elbow. Hold it there. Hold. And then circle it. Slowly, don't hurry. And go the other way. Straighten your right leg behind you again. Sweep it all the way over to the left onto the ball of your foot. Turn and look back at your right foot. Drop the right knee down so it touches the outside of your left knee. Walk the knees back into the center of your mat and widen your feet as far as you can from each other. Take a breath in, exhale your hips back towards your heels with long arms. Walk the fingertips towards the top of the mat. Good, and release, come forward, knees together, sit back on your heels again. Inhale the arms up overhead, lift and look up. Exhale the hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Drop your knuckles towards the floor, thumbs away from your sacrum, look straight ahead. Feel across the front of your chest, relax, the top of your shoulders, relax. Good, come up onto your knees. Curl your toes under. Walk the knees a little bit closer together if you widen them out again to come up. And sit back on your heels. And if you imagine your pelvis, they talk about, there's a term, the pelvic bowl. And make sure your bowl is level, so it's not tilting too much in one direction or the other. So you may have to lift your pelvis up a little bit or drop it down. Inhale the arms up overhead, lift and look up. Exhale forward. Curl your toes under, flip up to downward dog. Walk your feet out to the edges of your mat to make the downward dog easier on the back of your legs. Fingers wide. Press the palms. Squeeze up onto the tip of your toes. Exhale, lower your heels. Squeeze up to the tip of your toes again. Exhale, lower your heels. One more squeeze up to the tip of your toes. Exhale, lower to your heels. Come back to table. Bring your hands to your hips and come up onto your knees. Step your left foot forward. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale the left hand behind the back of your right glute outside your right hip. Reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Drop the left elbow, left shoulder. Slight lean to your left. Bring your right hand to the back of your head and lift your right elbow a little bit up towards the ceiling, just a little. Good, and release. Tense your fingers to lunge. Drop your right knee back down onto the floor. Sit back on your heels. Ocean breath. Hands to your hips. Step your right foot forward. Inhale the arms up overhead. And release the right hand behind the back of your left glute. And extend the left arm up towards the ceiling. Drop the elbow, the right elbow, shoulder blade, and shoulder. Slight lean to the right. Just enough to feel the resistance and give yourself an opportunity to breathe into it. Left hand behind, palms the back of your head, and look up towards the ceiling with your eyes, your nose, and your elbow, and release. Tense your fingers. Find lunge. Step forward. Hand over your toes in a forward fold. Bounce gently. And roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale the arms up overhead, palms come together. Exhale the hands to the center of your chest, standing rest here. Release your arms down by your side. And begin to swing your arms around your body loosely. Empty coat sleeves. Good, let's add pranayama to this movement. Inhale through your nostrils, exhale out to the side through your mouth. Slow it down. 2, 1, and back to standing. Feet underneath you. Close your eyes. Feel your feet. the arms up overhead. Lift and look up, lengthen. Exhale, slowly open your chest. Peel the shoulder blades together. Dive forward. In slow motion, tense your fingers. Make your way back to downward dog. Come forward into plank. Feet together. You can drop straight down onto your knees or maintain the integrity of your plank as you slowly bend your elbows to come down onto your chest. Everything lands all at one time. Tops of your feet release to the floor. Slide your hands back so your thumbs are below your nipples and squeeze your elbows in. Lift your chest away from the floor. Lift your palms. You can touch your palms to your ribs. Your thumbs to your ribs. Good, and release. Drop your forehead to the floor or nose or chin. Good, inhale the nose, chin, or forehead up. Lift the palms again. Feet together, legs together. Baby cobra. Good, and release. This time cactus arms. Right ear onto the floor, left knee comes up into half frog. Switch sides, switch to your left ear and bend your right knee. Good. Straighten your legs out onto the floor. Come back on to the front of your body. So your nose, chin, forehead are on the floor. Walk the hands underneath the shoulders. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Curl your toes under, feet touch. Lift your kneecaps off the floor so there's a slight engagement to your quads. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to press the whole underside of your body evenly away from the floor. Take a breath in when you're ready. And press back to plank. Take another breath in. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower yourself down onto the floor. Another breath in. Exhale, reverse plank. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. One more, or maintain downward dog if you don't wish to join this part. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower yourself down. Another breath in. Back to plank as you exhale. Another breath in. And we'll meet up in downward dog. Drop down onto your knees. Sit back on your heels. Close your eyes. Reconnect to the breath. Inhale forward to table. Lift your left leg up behind you. Bend your left knee so the sole of your left foot faces the ceiling. Reach back with your right hand and grab the top of your left foot. Use your left arm to press your chest away from the floor and lift your left thigh away from the floor also. Good, and release, tense your fingers. Step your right foot forward. Bend your left knee. Reach back with your right hand and find the top of your left foot. Draw the heel towards your left glute. So there's options here. If this doesn't work for you, you could come down onto both knees and sit back on your heels. It's an easier way to access this. So if you're comfortable with the right hand, you can take flight with your left hand and reach back and grab the back of your left foot with both hands, and then open your chest, draw the shoulder blades together. Look straight ahead, lift the chin. Good, and release to lunge. Left knee pops away from the floor. Back to downward dog. Release to child's pose. Come back through table, hands to your hips. Actually, stay in table for a moment. Straighten the right leg behind you. Bend the right knee. Find the right foot with your left hand. Press the top of your right foot into your left hand. Create a little lift of the right thigh away from the floor. And release, tense your fingers. Step your left foot through. Find the positioning of your feet that works for your body. Bend the right knee. Reach back with your left hand. Grab the top of your right foot, drive towards your body. You can lift your right hand away from the floor and wrap the right hand around your body if it feels appropriate for you this morning. Lift your chin, draw your elbows towards each other. and release to lunge. Step forward, hang over your toes in the forward fold. Reach your fingertips to the back of your heels. Let your head get heavy. Shake and twist your head gently to feel the weight of it. Roll it up, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale the arms up overhead, palms come together. Exhale the palms to the center of your chest. Good. Turn to the side of your mat and widen your feet out so that you can bend your knees. We'll do one more 2-minute chest opener. So your knees are sort of in an athletic position. Inhale the arms up overhead. Turn your palms up towards the ceiling. Exhale the hands down to lung opener. Squeeze your knuckles back towards your ears and press your palms away towards the walls. Lift your pelvis up a little bit. Straighten your spine. So we'll add a little Kapalabhati to this if you wish. You can join me. It's forcible exhale out through the nostrils, passive inhale. Kind of pump your lower belly, second chakra as you do it. Go at your own pace. Good. Release on the exhale. Full breath in. And resume your normal breath. Keep the arms where they are. Good. And release. The arms down by your thighs. Come back to mountain pose. Ocean breath. Put your hands behind your back. You can grab your wrist. You can hook your fingers. You can grab your forearms or your elbows. And stand tall. Expand your belly, your ribs, and then your chest. Feel the opening across the center of your chest and the top of your shoulders. Deep ocean sounding inhalation and exhalation. Mouth is closed, but it's audible today. Good, and release, shake out your arms. Make your way onto the floor and onto your back. And hug your knees into your chest once you're there. rock from side to side. Self-soothe. Do a 3-minute sleeping tiger practice. Lower your back flat onto the floor. Thighs perpendicular to the floor. Lift your knees. Thumbs come to your navel, right hand on top of your left. Close your eyes, but look down and keep your eyes relaxed. 3 minutes. You can lift your head if you want to. Drop in. Make the connection. Cross your ankles, lower your feet to the floor. Let the knees widen out to relax. And straighten your legs for a short final rest. Stay inside. Connect to the inner landscape. begin a slow return from your rest. Give yourself a moment on your right side before you sit up. Hands to heart center, and we'll close class with the 3 sounds we began with after a full breath out. Om, Ah, and Hum. So breathe all the way out. May we all continue to be in the vibration that serves the greatest good. Namaste. All right, I'm going to unmute you guys so I can say hi.